Nice to meet you again, my brother and sister, the family of Jules Chevalier. Now I want to share with you about Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. By promoting the title Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, Father Chevalier wanted to integrate the two major devotions of his time, devotion to the Sacred Heart and devotion to Mary. In his book, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, Father Jean Beauvoir, MSc, writes, "It is clear that in Father Chevalier's charism, the heart of Jesus is most central. It is the incarnation of the love and compassion of the Father who cares for all people, especially for the most needy. For Father Chevalier and for us, everything starts from there. But from the beginning, there was also a deep relationship with Mary." Father Piperon reports how in 1859, when people were building the first part of the Sacred Heart Church in Issoudun, later on elevated to become the Basilica of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, Father Chevalier asked an artist to design a window representing Mary with her arm extended and her eyes modestly lowered toward Jesus. The child Jesus, at the age of 12, was to be standing in front of her with one hand pointing to his heart and the other toward his mother. The child Jesus is represented at the age of 12 because the evangelist Saint Luke, after having related that Jesus was found by Mary and Joseph in the midst of the doctor's aids, he went down with them to Nazareth and was subject to them. Afterwards, the Vatican ordered Father Chevalier to change this image. The reason was that, contradictory to the intention of Father Chevalier, the child Jesus had sometimes been represented at a very young age as a little boy sitting at the feet of his mother. The first statue and painting, like the one in Issoudun and Sita, could remain in their places, but from 1878, new image has to present the child Jesus in his mother's arms. In the years after the Second Vatican Council, the understanding of the meaning of the devotion to Our Lady of the Sacred Heart was deepened. Accordingly, also the representation underwent a change. From then on, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart was primarily presented as Mary, looking at the pure side of her Son on the cross. A beautiful statue was created, now on display in the Basilica of Issoudun and called the Calvary of Issoudun. It represents Our Lady beneath the cross with one hand showing the wounded heart of Jesus Christ, while the other hand is drawing us toward Jesus on the cross. In her book, In the Company of Marie-Louise Archer, Geraldine Doherty, FDNSC, writes, at the foot of the cross, Mary remained present to her son while he is publicly executed. She remained present also to her own pain and grief, as together with Jesus and for Jesus, she innocently suffered at the hands of violent victimization. Her desire for oneness with Jesus in his suffering expresses at the same time her steadfast solidarity with suffering humanity. In his apostolic exhortation, Evangelii Gaudium, Pope Francis put into words what could have been the thoughts of Father Chevalier. On the cross, Jesus could feel at his feet the consoling presence of his mother and Saint John, his friend. At that crucial moment, before fully accomplishing the work which his Father had entrusted to him, Jesus said to Mary, "Woman, here is your son." Then he said to his beloved friend, "Here is your mother." Jesus left us his mother to be our mother. Only after doing so did Jesus know that all was now finished. At the foot of the cross, at the supreme hour of the new creation, Christ led us to Mary. He brought us to her because he didn't want us to journey without a mother. Evangelii Gaudium number 285.